Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm planning on doing that myself. We are now currently on Christmas vacation, enjoying ourselves, and I have a replay from Bagheera. And he is in a relatively unusual tank. You don't see a whole lot of these played. The old Conway, Tier 9, British TD with a turret. I like it when people send me games from tanks that aren't normally, you know, the standard fare, right? It's not another chieftain 10,000 damage game or another mana core 12,000 spotting game where some guy just runs around in his mana core and brags about how he did. Wait, that's me. That's me sometimes. It is nice to get a tank that is a little unusual. I really like this tank. I mean, it's not amazing. I don't think it's anybody's pick for a top 5 tanks in the game or anything like that. But it is a pretty cool tank. It shoots pretty quickly. And it's got a really nice gun. So let's take a look at this thing real quick. We got 259 pen with a standard round, which is pretty nice. And up to 326 with APCR. Wow. Is this the Hesh round? I don't know. Yes, it does have a Hesh round at 515 damage and 120 pen. So not an amazing Hesh round, but not bad. It's got a turret. It's got some mobility. Doesn't have a lot of camo. Fast-firing gun. Relatively hard-hitting. I don't know. There's nothing with this tank you could just point out and go, ooh, that's an amazing thing. Now, it's overshadowed by its big brother, and its big brother, obviously, is the 4005 ship barn, right? So with the big Death Star gun on the 4005 trick. This is the little brother to that tank, and doesn't really quite play the same, right? This is more of a DPM, fast firing kind of TD, whereas you go to the tier 10 and it's the one-shot wonder, right? Hitting people for 1,000 or the big old blast of Hesh and all that good stuff. Bagheera is going to have a really nice game. He is here on Himmel's El Halluf Dorf and has chosen to hang out. I'm not going to call it camping because he has such a great game. Oh, ooh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. He is going to drop some pain on these guys. But let's see what happens, because as of right now, his team is getting crushed up in the heavy brawling area. I have not seen this particular replay. Drops 469 on the ELC. My suspicion, based on what I'm seeing in the deployment, is we're going to have a Custer's Last Stand situation here, unless his team really kind of comes from behind up in the heavy brawling area. The Char himself, look how many TDs. 1, 2, oh my goodness, what, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 TDs in a Char. No wonder his heavies are losing, because all of the power is hanging out back here at the cap. Now, generally, I would rail against that to some extent, and it's not my favorite thing to see a bunch of TDs sit back here, but you can get a good result out of it depending on how you play. We've seen a couple examples of that lately. My Meat Shield and Meat Shield Reprise videos talked about this a lot. People had different opinions on exactly what being a Meat Shield means, but I think we can all kind of agree that, what was I going to say? We can agree that the tactic of hanging back, in this case by the cap on this particular map, sort of lets the rest of your team flail around in the wind, right? The heavies all went up there and they got crushed. But we'll see. We've got 1,213, and now the TDs that are back at the cap are going to be brought into the game as the enemy team tries to push. This is another theme that I've talked about. If you were the enemy team right here, would you push into all these TDs? Probably not. I mean, look at this. We've got a Conway. We've got a 263. We've got a T28. We've got a WZ121 FT, and they don't know. Maybe they know the prototype if he's lit. That's a tough row to hoe for some heavies and some mediums, and at least the T30 is with them. I'm telling you what, if I was the purple team, I think I'd go back, clean up the guys that are pushing my cap, and rethink this entire thing. But it looks like they're just going to push in. Like that 263, T28, the Conway, we're going to have a really nice time thrashing the guys as they push in, I'd say. Why is that especially true on this particular map, or at least in this particular situation in this match, is the enemy team's artillery is gone. So any help to dig out these guys that are hanging out behind all these rocks, I don't know why the T-28's doing what he's doing, but he did, is really going to be made more difficult by not having the artillery. Oh, look out there, Basante. Slap. Watch how fast this thing reloads for another 400 or 500 damage hit. Just really nice. Even 90's coming up this way. T-34-3. The WZ's letting him have it. Bagheera takes a peek, but the guy backs out. So we've evened it up a little bit. We did lose our char, so the guys that pushed up onto the cap kind of got wrecked. Not sure if maybe the T-30 and the 100-01 went back. We'll see where they show up next. Just really bad ideas by all these guys. Didn't realize there was a T-95 in the enemy team, so that is going to change things a bit. That's certainly a benefit for the pushing team. They might have wanted to wait till that armor and that gun got closer. But look at that, just sort of evening things up. Oh my, we got an even 90 behind us. And wow, okay, I completely missed that. Look at this guy. We missed that shot. And Bagheera's got a choice to make. Does he sit here and get picked apart from both sides? Or does he make a little push? And it looks like he's going to make a little push to get out of there. He knows he might take a hit doing it. He runs off this way. The Bat Chat, I don't know. I think he was probably doing a pretty good job. Biff. I think he was doing a pretty good job sitting back there if he could have used that bush and sort of annoyed people. But he's going to push into and behind the other TDs, who are now kind of in trouble. We just spotted the T-30. Where did we see this guy? The T-30 is... What am I missing? I don't know. Saw that. I thought I saw it. Maybe it was the 34 he saw. Bagheera's got a lot of work to do to bring a win out of this thing, but the T-95 does him a solid and puts his back to him. Here's that fast-firing gun. He's going to be able to put about 800 damage on this guy really quickly. Looks like maybe he was going for a track right there. So he drops, what, 600 or 700. Fast reload, chases down the 12T. That's something you got to watch out for with a tank like this. If you miss time, how fast it can reload. Oh, now we got a 34-3 behind us. He goes after the WZ. Fast reload. Bam. We slapped that guy. Now it looks like he's going to push into the 34-3. This is probably his best bet because otherwise he's going to have guys up and behind him. Might take a hit there. Nope. Didn't. Just shotguns him as he comes around the corner with the 4,134. The other thing about the Conway that he's able to leverage right here is this turret. And it doesn't move very quickly, the turret, but he's able to take shots like that. A casemate can't do that, right? Casemate can't do as much moving around and shooting off angles like the Conway can. And the WZ goes down. We've got 3 kills and 4,134 damage. Can he pull it off, folks? Can Bagheera pull this off in the mighty Conway? A tank that you don't usually see. Mr. Basante kind of makes a mistake there. I think he maybe thought he had a little more support than he did. He does take a chunk. So we're at 767, which means we could be single shot by the T-95, or we might be able to take a hit. The 100-01 is going to take 2 shots to kill us off. Now our even 90 is up on the cap. So this is good if we can just sort of keep these guys busy. As a matter of fact, if you look at it, more than likely based on the speed of the 100-01 and the T-95, if the even 90 stays on there, it's a win. So at this point, Bagheera is probably just trying to crank out some damage on these dudes. I don't know why the 100-01 wouldn't just come down and go after him, but he didn't. He might have the T-95 coming up to help. Okay, so we eat a shot. Looks like Bagheera believes he can out-reload him. All right, he's coming at him. There we go. Gives him a little lower plate. I might have just backed out of that, man. Might have just backed down. Oh, we're going to kill him here. Oh, very nice. Very nice. T-95 ever so slowly, and we're probably going to die right here. Or is he going to miss? What's he doing? Oh, we get a track. We got to get out of his gun, man. Get out of his arc. Get out of his arc. He's going to track him. Oh, he misses. This has to be the end. This is it. It's over for our hero. No, the T-95 misses. He whiffs. We get a track. Okay, folks. That was well done right there. A little bit lucky on the one shot, but check it out. The T-95 had his kit, and he's back in the fight. But he's not turning very fast. He's not... Oh, he gets right by... I have said before, Speed is relative, and you are a circling tank if you are faster or smarter or both than the guy you're circling. And this is what's happening right here. T95, I think, basically thought all he had to do is put the gun online and kill him. That shot that went into the tracks or wherever it went that didn't kill him, slash bounced angle, whatever happened right there, crushed the life out of that poor T95. And Bagheera is going to own this guy. He's looking for a ram if he can get it. Ooh, a little bit dangerous on that, but he got it done. Wow. 6,254 damage, 6 kills, and the win. Really nicely done, man. It's nice to see somebody play a different tank. People play lots of different tanks. It's nice to see a replay come in from a tank that you don't usually see. Plus, it's a really nice one. I want to say it's about 1,400 experience on that thing. Really well done right there. Hanging out at the cap. Yeah, it's El Halluf, so as long as you're getting shots like he was for a little while, no big deal. But the heavies lost up in the heavy brawl, and between him and the rest of the TDs, they mauled him a bit as they got closer, and then Bagheera cleaned them up. With the old insurance policy of the ELC even 90 being smart enough to get on cap, even had Bagheera died, more than likely they don't even come close to getting up onto the hill and getting a shot at the ELC, and they win anyway. But didn't matter because Bagheera closed them out. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. Much appreciated, and thanks for the support of the channel. We will see you. Have a good one.